The first video, I feel a little silly. The first video, I had it in portrait mode, not landscape mode, and had some great shots, but the video didn't turn out. And so I guess I'm just going to have to not keep you in suspense. I was wondering if you could fit a winch attachment, winch plate to a stock bumper. And sure enough, I made these brackets just out of metal from the dump for my floodlights. And yeah, just a Chinese bumper. I like this one because it came with the bull bar and the camera mount. But I'm thinking now that maybe I should have went with the RC. It sits up a little bit higher, and I think that the proximity sensor would work a whole lot better. Now my Bronco's sitting about 2 inches lower in the front because I put 6112s on the back, and I got 6112s Bilstein shocks, Old Man Emu upper control arm, and Icon tie rods. But about 400 kilometers from a garage that can do an alignment, so I'm going to have to find somewhere out in the dirt to do the tie rods and the upper control arms and the shocks. And then she's going to be sitting up about 2.5 inches. 2.5 inches, level it up all completely out, and then when I put my winch on, it'll settle down. But I like the idea with the plastic bumper because the plastic bumper's lighter, and I'm not doing any rock crawling or anything like that, and I think it looks pretty. I think it looks fine. I don't. The one thing I will say about the rough country winch mount, though, it just has 2 bolts on this side and behind here. Now there's 3 bolts to go on there, 2 on this side and 1 over on this side. The rough country one bolts, just 2 bolts on this side, and that's it. Now that would have been a whole lot better than this. This one has 3 bolts, 2 here and 1 here. And so it's a big square plate. But what you can't see in behind here, the plastic is that you're going to have to cut out some of the plastic. So you're going to need one of those DeWalt oscillating tools, and you're going to need the fine blade and the wider blade to make these cuts in here. And you can see underneath, those plugs are on the sensor there. And there's nothing holding it over on the other side, but there's 2 tabs holding there and a tab there holding there. It's doing fine. And I ran those sensors up through here, but you're going to have to take the bumper off completely. It's got a metal piece along the back that you have to separate and take the sensor wires out. Then you're going to have to cut at the back of the plastic. You're going to have to cut a square in the back of the plastic in order for these lines to sit flush and not be pinched after you screw that metal back or bolt that metal into the plastic. I will say that be careful bolting the plastic to the or bolting the metal to the plastic because it's not like you're bolting into steel. So the bumper taking off was super easy. I mean, really easy. All you're doing is just pulling this out. It's just gone. I mean, you can go out to yours right now and just pull it back and it'll come off. Like, I mean, it's super easy to do. And you have to do some hacking, or not hacking, but cutting some tabs off on this side. And pulling some tabs out, like little tabs for locking it in. There's 2 tabs. You just slide those sideways and they come out easy. I thought about putting some silicone on there and then just putting some tape over there to hold it there. And once the silicone hardens up, be good to go. But I don't think there's really any need to do that. I mean, it's holding on there just fine. I mean, I might do it. I don't know. And then for the camera, you're going to have, for this, I wasn't happy with it. It was really tight. You're going to have to take this all apart, and you're going to have to separate the line all along here, and so you can get extra, and then rerun the line. I was going to rerun it through here, but I decided to take it right down straight through here and have it come out here. That looks good. You won't be able to see it. And then what else can I say? And then I guess these connectors will be hidden because this is only just like a little rubber flap that you can hide things in behind. You won't see it, so that's kind of nice. But I guess the reason for doing it is I didn't want to lose my fog lights that I paid for. And I had added the rough country D-shackle brackets under there, but I didn't want to buy a new skid plate, and I didn't want to buy a whole brand new bumper, and what else? And I didn't want the extra weight on the front end, and I don't mind the look of the plastic. It doesn't bother me, the plastic bumper. Would I like it to be a little more modular? Yeah, that would have been nice, but it is what it is. And then I didn't want to get into. And then the other thing is the rough country. It did come with the sensor extensions for here, but I phoned Rough Country, and I was able to buy those extensions, so they're coming. So no problem with there. What else can I tell you? You just got to take your time with it. Now this lip here, this is solid plastic. It's really tough. When you get in here for that square plate, you're going to have to take that cutter, that DeWalt oscillating tool cutter. I don't know what you call it. I got to come up with a better name for it. But you got to cut at an angle down like this because of the thickness of that plate. And then that one part over here on the plastic piece that comes down that's got the 2 tabs that hold on here. you need to cut, there's on the bottom, you need to cut at an angle like this so that plate can slide in. And on the other side, you'll have to just cut that completely out of there, because there's two tabs, like there's two tabs here and two tabs here, like two tabs here and two tabs on the other side that this all clicks into. And then there's a tab, the sensor has a tab in here that clicks into there. And then, so now for cutting this, I put green tape over it, and then green tape on the bottom. And I took a square and measured from the end to there, and then measured there, and just took my time measuring. I cut it a little bit smaller because it's much easier to take away than it is to try to add any plastic pieces. And then what? Then I drew it out, and you start that oscillating tool at an angle when you're cutting into it. You got more control when you do it. Just take your time doing it. And I'm not an expert or anything, and it's totally doable. What else can I tell you? What else do I want to tell you about it? Other than, fitting those plates in there, making sure just cutting away and, mooching down on the side and cutting away and taking your time. And then cutting those plates out for the brackets after you fit them. And when you get the brackets on, like, you can move the brackets. So don't tighten those brackets up. Put the top winch plate on first. Tighten those bolts up. Line it up, make sure it measures, then torque those bolts down. I torqued them down to 50 or 60 pounds. But it's really on there, like I'm moving the whole vehicle. And with the plastic bumpers, not like the steel bumper, you can't buy little brackets for these fog lights, like, in the plastic. And you could do it, but those brackets were like $250 for a couple little metal brackets. I just couldn't do it. Couldn't bring myself to do it. So I don't think these look bad, and if I have to, I can drill another hole back here so I can move them further back. I just moved them up because of the bar, but I don't know if that's going to make a difference or not. We'll soon find out. And what else can I tell you? Oh, just a quick note. Now, with the adaptive cruise control, it worked for a while, but then it didn't work when I tried it. I had to go into ForeScan and shut off the adaptive cruise control part. And then the cruise control works, but I don't have the adaptive part. Now, hooking up those spots, I just want to tell you this because, I don't know, maybe I'm dumber than a stump, but a lot of the videos I watched about these auxiliary switches didn't really explain it well. The wires coming down that were taped right here, the wires coming down, these wires are the switch wires. Now, these wires down here, you see them there that are going down? Those are the pre-run wires. So the wire that was up front was a violet wire. We've got dryer vent things in here because of the mice. The mice don't like the dryer vents, so if you're wondering what it is, that's what it is. But this is the violet, so that runs straight down. and connects it to the violet wire that is run down here. Then it goes to, now let me see if I can get it. It connects to the green. I got it connected to the green wire that's going to the switch. That's number 2 switch, the green wire. But you can download the wire schematic. And then I got from the ground is just running. Let me see. Get on the other side here so you can see it. The ground right here. That's it. I couldn't figure out why it wasn't working when I was trying to connect just these wires that were coming down, and then I realized these are just the switch wires. Well, it sure would have been helpful if somebody would have just told me that in the first place. Anyways, that's about it. Sorry that the video didn't turn out. I screwed up the video. It's my very first video, but maybe I'll get better as I go along. That's it. Till the next time.